Good day, guys. This here is a game that's been sent in by Pip. This has been played on Voobly, not the standard HD that we normally look at. So I guess we can have a look at the fancy spectator settings that they have, or recorded game settings, depending on how you look at it, and see all the fancy things that they've got over there. Oops, it's a little bit too fast. Play. There we are. Yes, it's going. Excellent. Now, this is, I believe, being played on the Wick map pack. Yes, it is, and I think the map is a reservoir. So that means there's a little bit of water on the map, but it's, I guess it's sort of like a bit of Baltic or Mediterranean, but the water is quite a bit smaller than usual. And this is played in the new player lobby, so they're both around 1300 rating. Now, Civ matchup is Celts versus Byzantines, so immediately I think Celts have got a slight advantage on a water map because they chop wood faster, so they can get out galleys and stuff a little bit quicker. But other than that, the Civs are both relatively mid-tier on the, I guess, ranking of powerful Civs, so it shouldn't be too much of an imbalance. Now, early game as usual, not much is happening. Looking for lumber camp, finding sheep, boar, etc, etc. Now, okay, so while we're just going through the Dark Age and it's all pretty boring, I'm going to point out the fancy Voobly settings that you got. Okay, the main thing that you can see here is the minimap is in the middle rather than off to the right. This is really helpful when you're actually playing, because it means that you can actually see or glance at the minimap easier. Because instead of having to move your eyes from up here down to the corner, you can just go straight down. And that just saves you a little bit of time, and you can more easily see enemy colours running into your base. Now, also over here on the score tab, see these 11? That's the population of each player. That's pretty cool. Now, if we press F4, which is the bring up the score tab normally, you can see the resources that each player has. You can see number of villages, number of military, population kills, losses, and raises. Which is all pretty cool. Like, it would be amazing if I could do this in HD. And another thing that I absolutely love about Voobly is their recorded games. You can play it on whatever speed you want. So you can absolutely rock through it at double normal speed, or you can just leave it at normal playback, or I just go to 75, which is pretty nice. Now, main thing so far is Pip, you need to keep your scout moving. Okay, there you are. Now he's off again. Needs to go find where the enemy is. And he should be building a dock about now, because this is a water map, and we can see he's about to go build a dock. And so, because of water, you want to go take the fishing ships, because fishing ships gather food from deep sea fish faster than villages on any other resource. So, and which is pretty good. You always like having quick food income. But then another good thing is that the dock essentially works as another town center for you. So, like, you can make a villager and a fishing ship at the exact same time. So that's essentially 2 villages at a time. So, and you know how the early game it's all about having minimum amount of idle time, making lots of villages, and collecting all the resources you need. Now, we saw here a couple of times that Pip had dodgy, oh, need to move your sheep in. Oh, wow. Wow, that is lame. No, so what was I going to say? Yeah, he had his gather point left out here, and so the villagers, they'd walk over here, and then he'd have to manually retask them back to whatever they were doing. And so that just had a little bit of extra idle time that he otherwise shouldn't have had. Ooh, luckily he's found his sheep again. Well, most of them. Okay, he missed one of them. That's a little bit unlucky, but he still got 2 of them, which is good. Now, as with your town centre, you want your dock to be always working. You want your TC to be always working, and yeah, just because you want to always be making villages. Fishing ships are essentially villages that can only gather food. Yada yada yada. Now, I haven't done a build order guide for a grush yet, primarily because I'm not very good at grushing. and I've been a bit lazy recently. But normally this is something you would never do. Whoa! Okay, wow. That's never ever 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 do that in a game. Do not sacrifice your scout to lame a single sheep. That was such a waste. But what I was going to say is, normally you won't see players building a mill in a galley rush sort of thing, where they're going to try to fight for the middle. Because as I was saying, fishing ships, they're a really good source of food income. So what you want to do is basically get the fuel village as quickly as possible, make your galleys, and then go and attack the enemy's fishing ships to stop them from getting the food. Makes sense? It's just like normal raiding, just you're doing it on the water. Now, if Red, for example, just going back to this thing, which is really, really stupid in my opinion, instead of sniping off that sheep, he could have come over here and killed this forager, which only had 4 health. See, this forager, this was all here, but all by himself, just casually gathering some berries. That scout could have killed him, 2 hits, dead, and that would have been much more, would have had a greater impact than killing a single sheep. Because these 4 fishing ships, they gather 15 food at a time. It's like one whole trip they gather 60 food. Like, between all of them. So really you don't need to lame a sheep. Now ideally, if you're doing a proper galley rush, you would have 3 docks already built and have enough wood to, well, 2.5, almost 3 docks built, and have enough wood to be making galleys from all of them straight away. But unfortunately, we can't do that at the moment. Queuing up all the galleys in a single dock, which is a little bit annoying. Want to try to avoid that, but not too much of a big deal. We can see population-wise, they're pretty much even. There we are, 3rd dock coming up. Now, the main thing that sticks out to me at the moment is that we don't have enough wood income. Here we've got 3 villagers on food, which we don't need, because okay, actually we do need those. Never mind that. Because normally 4 fishing ships on food is enough to keep up your town centre constantly going and have a little bit of extra food. But as we saw there, they were all sitting there idle for a while, not doing anything. So good thing we had a couple of berries just to keep us going. Good choice here, running the galley back to try to get greater numbers into the fight. Should probably fight this right now. Try to do as much damage as you can while you have number superiority. Because just like in a normal fight, if you have more numbers, you're most likely going to win. Like, you know, that makes sense, doesn't it? More numbers means you got more arrows firing, doing more damage, you got more health, etc. So while you have the numbers, like, for all you know, Red could be doing 4 docks. And if he has 4 docks, you've only got 3, then he's going to slowly start to outmass you. So you just need to keep running in there, keep trying to peck away at him, pick off some galleys, fishing ships, whatever. And something else to know is we're not keeping all 3 docks constantly going. So Red could be on 3 docks and still have more galleys, purely because he's had them working more consistently. And I think we could have fought that. We had 4 galleys versus 4 for Red as well, never mind. Never mind that. Now one strange thing about this map is that the fish is really, I guess you could say really well balanced in the fact that it's really spread out, but there isn't a lot of fish like you wouldn't see on a normal map. And something else to keep in mind is you should always try to keep your fishing ships in somewhere you can protect them. Like out here, they're almost closer to Red's docks than your own docks. So you'd be better to go over to those fish there, change your dock gather points and put them all over on this side. And then you can protect your fishing ships and then sally-ho down this way to try to attack their fishing ships. Now, I noticed that we just built a blacksmith, so we want to start doing fletching in a second. As soon as we've got the food for it, because having +1 attack and +1 range is key in any ranged unit fights. You'll see it with archers and skirmishers. You just need to get it as early as you can. Here you see, neither have got fletching, so you could probably fight that, I would guess. Let's go have a look at our military tab. We've got one extra galley. Actually, no, that counts the scout. Never mind then. Equal on numbers on the water. So yeah, just water fights are pretty boring to watch, really. It's just whoever can make the most galleys and avoid losses the most. But here, we should avoid making farms until you've getting close to running out of berries, in my opinion. Because you need wood for galleys. You need lots of wood for galleys. So spending 60 wood a pop on some farms when you've still got... Oh, okay, there's only 2 bushes. Okay, we're almost out of berries. You still got some deer back here. Any sort of free food source, you should try to take them wherever possible. Because you don't need to spend wood on them. Pretty easy to understand, I think. Now, so far, let's just go back to normal score. Yeah, like, if I was Pip, I think, okay, look, I've got almost 200 score advantage. That means I've probably got more numbers. So I can try to take a couple of fights. Maybe use patrol. Patrol would be very good there. But as we can see, Pip's got, what, maybe 6 or so galleys that are on half health or less. So while it looks like he's got more numbers, he needs to be very careful that he doesn't get focused down on the injured ones. But he's done good here. He's picked off, I think, all of Red's fishing ships, which is going to make it quite difficult for Red to keep up food production, especially if he was relying on them beforehand. And we are switching into archers now. So at this stage, either Pip is thinking, okay, I've won water, or I'm about to win water, so I can start switching to land. Or he's decided that he's got enough food from these fishing ships that he no longer wants to devote a significant amount of time and micro and resources to fighting for it. Now at this stage, oh, and also with galleys, it's very deceptive how many numbers you have, because they're a lot larger than a regular arch or something, so they bunch up in kind of funny ways. Like we have a look here, we've got maybe 17 warships. That looks like that could be a good 20, maybe 25 galleys there, because they're all such a big unit and they take up so much space. So that's just something to be aware of, I guess, when you're trying to gauge numbers on the water. Pip's still making galleys. Yeah, I reckon he could possibly fight this if he could bring these extra ones in right now. But like every time he runs away, he takes a little bit of extra damage on a couple of galleys. And like, yeah, see, look, there we are. He lost a galley, lost another one. Lost 3 galleys there because all of them were pretty injured. And he's just sitting there. Now he's, I'd say, probably lost water. He lost 4 galleys, almost 5 galleys now, without doing any really serious damage in return. He's managed to regroup, but he's already, I'd say he's pretty much lost water by now. Wow, he's only got -1 galley, but he's still got lots that are significantly injured. Red doesn't have any fishing ships, so he doesn't need to defend them. He can just go sit out here and start camping docks if he wants to. Or he can just get in there and fight this and try to win it. Oh, actually no, Pip's already making archers, so that number is deceptive. Pip is definitely losing water. Water is pretty much lost unless he can get back here and regroup. He's got 4 galleys. Might be enough to get back in it. Maybe, let's see. Nope, nope. Okay, so I would say right now that the main thing that Pip needs to work on is microing his boats and like keeping an eye on them. Whenever you're going somewhere that you can't see, use patrol. It means they will auto attack any units if they come across them. And I would replace the slumber camp already. They're working a lot. This is on wheelbarrows. That makes it a little bit better because they walk a bit faster. Yeah, it's still really inefficient, and he needs to put more villagers on gold because he's got 3 rangers going, but he's only got 5 there on gold. You need at least 13 gold miners, I think, for 3 ranged archers. So yeah, more gold miners, and he should be able to click up pretty soon if he drops a couple more farms. But we can see he's already got 600 wood excess. I would drop a lumber camp there and grab maybe 5 or 6, maybe 8 of these villages and drop a mining camp in this gold right now. And then in about 3 minutes you'll have the food to click up. Now he's lost water. Well and truly lost water. At this stage, Red should be thinking to himself, he doesn't have a lot of galleys. Okay, I've just killed all of his galleys, so what's he going to do now? He's going to transition into land units. So what he should do is wall up, which he's already done. I assume this is walled as well. Yep, he's walled off one side of the map. Strangely, he hasn't walled the other one, which is kind of a silly idea. But that's irrelevant. We'll get to that later. And start making military units to defend his base with. Because Pip's off water. He's got a single galley left, which is useless versus this 20 odd. And yeah, Red needs to try to get some military out to defend his base. Also, something we need to take a look at is the villager count. Pip's a good 11 villages ahead. Now, as I'll keep stressing this point in any games I watch, games I play, whatever, you need to have lots of villages so that you can make lots of units, replace lots of units, make lots of buildings, etc, etc. Now, being down 15 villages doesn't necessarily mean you've lost. Like, 'cause as we see, if Pip hadn't gone land yet, if it was purely water, then minus 15 villages but you've won water control, that could possibly be worthwhile. As we can see here, Pip's got a lot of archers out on the ground. He's clicking up to Castle Age. He'll have crossbowmen and bodkin arrow coming out pretty quickly. He has a massive amount of wood. He can sell that for gold. As you can see, he's building a market. But Red has got to Castle Age. So, if I was Red, you'd probably expect Siege Workshop for defense, making Mangonel try to pick off these archers before they get to crossbowmen. So Pip needs to either get in there and do some damage early, get in there while his archers can still pick off villages, before Mangonels are out, before knights, before whatever units are out, and make the most of them. And if he doesn't want to go in, which, if you're not too confident with your micro, is definitely a good choice, then he needs to GB. But so far we haven't seen any sign of Red military. He's got lots of archers out, as long as he watches for mangonels. Can continue to just run around, harassing villagers here and there. Denying 2 wood lines, which is pretty good. And his eco at home is immensely safe. A absolute crap ton of wood. He could do a fast imp, like he could sell 600 wood, build a siege workshop in a university, and boom, he's up. I'm not sure what he'd do in Imperial Age. I guess go for Paladin if you wanted to, or go for Helbs or Woad Raiders as Celts. Lots and lots of options, but just based on the eco that he has at the moment, he should definitely think about going to Imperial Age. Red doesn't have any units out that can harass him. He's doing crossbowmen, he's doing bow and arrow. There's no reason for him to stay in Castle Age and continue massing archers. He's got the eco to go up, he's got a lot of food. If he puts some more villages on gold, maybe makes a town centre on this gold or on some stone somewhere. Okay, not that stone. Where's his other stone? On the other stone back here. And that could go pretty well. But yeah, I reckon Pip's got this game pretty easily in the bag. Red's got no military out that can defeat these crossbows. As long as Pip doesn't run into town centres and towers. Couple of unnecessary losses there. But if he can just keep running around, just pretty much stand over here in this corner, continue walking around this area until Red gets some army out, he should be able to win this. Got massive eco at home. Is he still making crossbows? Not really. Yeah, if I was Pip, he definitely needs to either go Imperial Age or make a massive, probably Knights, judging by his eco, the amount of food he has. Because there's no sense having 2k wood, 2k gold, not 2k gold, 2k food, sorry, just sitting in the bank doing nothing. Either go to Imperial Age, or make a shitload of units and get in there and do some damage. Ooh, dropping down some stables. So it looks like we're going to go for knights in a second. There's a TC on the gold, just like I wanted. Third TC coming up on the wood line over there. I guess going for Cavalier, like clicking up to Imp right now, doing the armor upgrades for knights, researching Cavalier as soon as you get there, would be pretty effective. Maybe sell a little bit of food and wood to pay for some knights before then. Ooh, forward siege. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, these villages. Ooh, good reactions by Red there. And that's quite a lot of knights. That's actually a lot of knights. Pip, get the crossbows into the corner there. Oh. Pip, what are you doing? What are you doing? The micro. I missed micro. Okay, yes, so that did not go too well. That went quite badly, to be honest. So I'm throwing out some barracks, possibly researching pikemen in a second. But we're up to Imperial Age. We've still got 2k food. We can sell 500 of that for gold, get some upgrades, start spamming the knights and the helms. Already got a few knights out. Are we doing any upgrades yet? No, we're not. Upgrades coming soon, hopefully. 30C up. And look, we can see the villager count. We're a full 20 ahead. Oh, getting close to 30 villages ahead. And that means, look, we'll have a look at the resources count at the moment. Resources, okay. Pip has 200 wood, 2k food. Red has 50 wood, 300 food. And I'm pretty sure he hasn't clicked up to Imperial Age. Let's just quickly have a look. Nope, he's not up to Imperial Age. Pip has got a way stronger economy. He can afford to lose a half dozen villages to some knight raiding. As long as he can make something to defend. Yeah, starting to make some knights. Sending some knights out to raid as well. And like, as long as he doesn't pick really silly fights like that one there, 3 knights versus 10. As long as he's able to defend his economy relatively well. Doesn't lose too many units unnecessarily. And keeps making army of some sort. Like, it's all well and good getting up to Imperial Age pretty quickly, but you need to have units that you can use once you get there. And also, Pip has pretty much taken all of these villages off wood, so he can't really go pikemen effectively, because they cost food and wood, and we don't really have any wood whatsoever. There's a couple of knights in here, doing a little bit of raiding. How many villages ahead are we? 30 villas ahead. Starting to make helbs, researching helb, making more pikemen. Should probably still make knights, we've got the food and the gold. Do some upgrades soon, but nope, the knights are heading out to do some more raiding. Absolutely wrecking this wood line here. Red just doesn't seem to care. He's more intent on killing these houses. Pip needs to do some eco upgrades, not eco, military upgrades. The armor, and the attack upgrades. Especially for these knights. Like, if you gave them +2 armor and +1 attack, they would be able to just run around here. Oh, you've got some TCs. I don't care. I'll just run right past you. Same for the tower. Run over to the tower, kill the tower, then he's off gold. He's sort of off wood. He's off this wood. There's not much you can do about that. Whereas you see, like these helbs, they don't have any upgrades. So they're still losing pretty quickly to the knights. And the main thing that's helping him win is the fact that he got to imp so early and the massive economy he has. At the end, Red's got 40 bills. And Pip's on about 80. Admittedly, he should be closer to 100 at this stage of the game, but he lost quite a few to the Reds raids. So, I guess main areas that Pip could improve on would initially be better control of your units. Like, not necessarily microing them to dodge arrow shots or anything like that, but just making sure that they don't run away like 2 at a time into the enemy galleys, or that you make sure you patrol. Just the simple things like that, so that you don't take unnecessary losses that you can easily avoid. Alright, that's the first tip. Second tip, upgrade your units. Like, yes, he upgraded his crossbows, but as everyone should know, Celts don't get arbalests, so you can't really go crossbows in the Imperial Age effectively at all. So you need to switch to Helbs or Word Raiders or Champions or Knights, something like that. And we've got none of the upgrades for them. So yeah, these Helbs, they're gonna slowly peck away at the Knights. They could probably still 1v1 these Knights, but without the upgrades, they're just gonna get beaten down because there's only a handful at a time versus a good 10 or 15 Knights. We will just quickly have a look at the achievements. A lot more kills for red, like 20 extra kills, destroyed 10 buildings. Wow, that's pretty surprising. But here, the economy, we've got what, good 3k extra wood, 3k extra food, sorry, 4k wood, 200 stone, 2k gold, and like you can see, aging up to Imperial Age so much earlier. No eco at all for red. Yeah, villager count. This is what won the game for Pip. So I hope that was. I hope there's going to be a help for Pip. And I guess take this as a lesson for everyone else. You can send me vividly recorded games. I will quite happily watch them. And to be honest, I prefer watching them because I can actually change the speed of the game, and you've got all these fancy score tab things that you can look at. So yes, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.